In the beginning there was silence then, a single point of light erupted. The universe exploded into existence, birthing stars in a cosmic dance. These stars forged the elements of life, living and dying in spectacular explosions. Their remnants, stardust, became the raw material for everything to come. Gravity pulled this dust together, forming clouds, then stars, and finally planets. In a quiet corner of the galaxy, our sun was born, surrounded by a spinning disk of debris. From this disk, planets emerged. One of them, a small blue world, Earth. Early Earth was violent, bombarded by asteroids shrouded in toxic gases. But comets delivered water, and over eons, the planet cooled. Rain filled the craters, forming the first oceans. The stage was set for something extraordinary. Earth waited, a silent sphere bathed in sunlight, holding the potential for life. Stardust contained the seeds for mountains, rivers, and sky, but more importantly, for life itself. The universe had prepared a cradle. The journey from matter to consciousness was about to begin. The process of becoming was underway. The question of personhood starts here, in cosmic dust and ancient oceans. From chaos, the possibility of life emerged. The universe, once silent, now held the promise of thought and feeling. The story of what it means to be a person begins in the stars. And so, the long journey started. In Earth's primordial waters, elements forged in stars began to combine. Lightning and volcanic heat sparked the first complex molecules, the building blocks of life. In this chemical soup, the first cells emerged, tiny, fragile, but alive. For billions of years, single-celled organisms ruled the oceans, multiplying and changing. They learned to harness sunlight, releasing oxygen and transforming the planet. The sky turned blue, and the world became ready for more complex life. Cells began to cooperate, forming colonies and specializing. This led to multicellular organisms, sponges, jellyfish, worms, filling the seas with new forms. The Cambrian explosion brought a riot of diversity: shells, spines, primitive eyes. Life became a complex drama of survival and adaptation. From the oceans, life crawled onto land, first plants, then insects, then amphibians. Reptiles rose and fell, mammals survived and thrived. Mammals diversified, from whales to bats, adapting to every environment. Among them, a group of tree-dwelling primates emerged, with grasping hands and forward-facing eyes. These were our distant ancestors. The story of personhood moved from sea to land and now to the trees. Evolution set the stage for something new. The journey toward consciousness was accelerating. Each leap brought us closer to what we would become. The tapestry of life was unfolding, thread by thread. From simple cells to complex creatures, the groundwork was laid. The roots of our humanity stretched deep into the past. The next chapter would take us out of the trees and into a new world. The adventure continued. The forests of Africa shrank, replaced by open savannas. Our primate ancestors faced a crisis and an opportunity. Forced from the trees, some began to walk upright. This simple act changed everything. Walking on two legs freed their hands, offering new possibilities. The skeleton reshaped, spine curved, pelvis broadened, feet arched. Standing tall gave a better view of the world and freed hands for new tasks. Hands could now carry food, hold infants, and manipulate objects. A feedback loop began, hands and brains evolving together. The brain grew, processing new information from dexterous hands. This was the dawn of technology. Picking up a rock and imagining its use was a profound leap. Our ancestors began to see the world not just as it was, but as it could be. Upright posture expanded horizons, literally and mentally. The brain, fueled by a richer diet, continued to grow. Foresight, planning, and abstract thought emerged. Our ancestors started to act upon the world, not just react to it. The journey from animal to person accelerated. A new way of being was born. The horizon of possibility widened. The first glimmers of humanity appeared. The world was no longer just a place to survive. It was a place to shape. The seeds of personhood were sown. The transformation was underway. The story pressed forward. Freed hands shaped the world. The first tools, simple stone choppers, were revolutionary. They allowed access to meat and marrow, fueling brain growth. Tools were ideas made real, requiring imagination and planning. This was abstract thought, the beginning of engineering. The cycle of innovation drove evolution forward. We became the creatures who make things to make life better. Then came fire. At first feared, fire was eventually tamed. It provided warmth, light, and safety. Around the fire, communities formed. The night became a time for connection, not just fear. Fire transformed our diet. Cooking made food safer and more nutritious. Improved nutrition fueled further brain expansion. Fire also gave us time to think, to communicate, to wonder. The hearth became the first home. Social bonds deepened around the flames. Stories may have been born here, along with the first social rules. The spark of fire ignited the spark of culture. Tools and fire set us apart. The thinking hand shaped our destiny. The journey toward personhood blazed ahead. As brains grew, an inner world emerged. Thoughts, memories, imagination. Our ancestors began to live in a world of symbols and meaning. In caves, they painted animals with vivid life, using pigments and the contours of stone. These were not just drawings. They were art, full of movement and spirit. Why did they paint? Perhaps for magic, storytelling, or beauty. This art shows symbolic thinking, the foundation of language and culture. They adorned themselves with shells and carved mysterious figures. These objects served no practical purpose. They were expressions of identity and belief. Rituals appeared, deliberate burials, bodies placed with care in objects. This suggests beliefs about life, death, and what lies beyond. Rituals comforted the living and honored the dead. The act of burial was an act of love and memory. The symbolic mind was awakening. The soul began to whisper. What truly sets us apart? Not just tools or art, but the birth of the inner self. Around ancient fires, our emotional landscape deepened. Empathy emerged, the ability to imagine another's feelings. This fostered cooperation, compassion, and stronger social bonds. With empathy came new pains, grief, loss, and longing. Burials became expressions of love and sorrow. Complex emotions, shame, pride, guilt, helped regulate social life. The inner world gave rise to questions. Who am I? Why am I here? We became creatures of memory and anticipation. Our quest for meaning was born from emotional depth. This is the hallmark of the human soul. It drives our art, religion, and philosophy. It is the essence of personhood. For millennia, humans lived in small, nomadic bands. Then came agriculture, a revolution that changed everything. People settled, grew food, and built permanent communities. Villages became cities like Uruk and Mohenjo-Daro. Thousands of strangers learned to live together, creating new challenges. Leaders, laws, and organized religions emerged to maintain order. Surplus food allowed for specialized roles. Potters, builders, scribes. Innovation accelerated. Metallurgy, the wheel, writing. Civilization was born, but with it came inequality and conflict. The intimacy of the tribe gave way to the anonymity of the city, yet cities became crucibles for new ideas, art, and reflection. Monumental structures honored gods and kings. People had time to ponder life's meaning. The city forged new identities and beliefs. The question of personhood grew more complex. Humanity's quest for meaning reached new heights. City life sparked a new consciousness. Individuals distinct from the group. Philosophers like Socrates and Confucius asked, what is justice? What is a good life? Rational inquiry replaced myth, seeking truth through logic and observation. This spirit laid the groundwork for science. Across the world, thinkers studied nature, developed mathematics, and explored the cosmos. The scientific revolution revealed a universe governed by laws, not whims. The Enlightenment championed reason, rights, and freedom. The search for truth became a quest to improve society. Universities and laboratories flourished. We unlocked the atom, decoded DNA, and explored the stars. Each answer raised new questions. The more we learned, the more mysterious the universe became. The endless quest for truth defines us. We live in the age of information cities built of data and light. The sum of human knowledge fits in our pockets. We connect instantly across the globe, creating a digital reality. This new world reshapes how we work, love, and seek meaning. We find community online but also face isolation and comparison. Digital connection can deepen loneliness. Now, artificial intelligence challenges our sense of personhood. If machines can create and converse, what makes us unique? The ancient questions remain, who am I? Why am I here? We seek authenticity in an artificial world. The tools have changed, but the human heart endures. The search for meaning continues. The journey is far from over. We return to the beginning, stardust from ancient suns. Every atom in us was forged in stars. We are children of the cosmos. But we are more than atoms. We are conscious beings. Our soul is woven from experience, love, loss, wonder, and hope. Personhood is built from moments of connection and meaning. We seek to understand our existence through art, science, and story. We are storytelling animals, weaving narratives to make sense of life. Each life is a unique journey from stardust to consciousness. Our inner universe, thought, feeling, memory, defines us. The voice that asks, who am I, is the mark of personhood. Empathy, reflection, and imagination set us apart. The journey from a single cell to a conscious soul is the greatest story. It is your story. You are the culmination of cosmic evolution. You are Stardust, awakened. You are a soul, learning to sing its own song. Subscribe for more. Mind Vault.